Hello, welcome to a new tutorial series. In this tutorial series, I'm going to show you how to create 3D maps with MapLibre and Leafmap. And if you go to the Leafmap website here on the left side, and then scroll down to the lower left corner here, MapLibre, and then click Overview. So this is where we're going to go through in this tutorial series. There are a lot of examples, over 70 examples right now, and that allows you to create very interesting 3D maps, especially in just a few lines of code. And you can scroll down, there are a lot of examples. And this is a particularly exciting feature that I recently added to Leafmap. I've been working on it for the past 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm very excited to introduce it to you in this tutorial series. And so we're going to build on top of MapLibre. So MapLibre is a TypeScript library that's derived from Mapbox. So Mapbox used to be open source, and then in I think 2020 they changed the license to closed source. So MapLibre basically is a fork of the Mapbox JavaScript libraries, and then this is completely open source. You can use for whatever way you want. So you can use it in on desktop, on mobile phone. You can also uh, create basically vector tiles using some of the tools that they created, and it has lots of examples and also very comprehensive API documentations. So you're welcome to try it out. And it's based on JavaScript and TypeScript. So for some of the users, if you're not familiar with JavaScript, it might be a little bit challenging. So this is why I integrated into Leafnet that makes it easy for you to create similar maps by using Python, and it's so much easier. And so most of the examples coming from here. So the MapLibre is JavaScript library. They have a lot of JavaScript examples in here. I think roughly 90 examples overall, and I have converted I think 60% of those to Python. Not everything can be converted easily. Some of them are quite complicated, and some require external libraries that is not possible right now. But the majority of them are already possible. So you're welcome to try that out. And again, it's going to be so much easier using Python. So, and let's come back here. And the reason why it's possible is thanks to this package, PyMapLibre GL. So this is also a recent Python package. I think it's only 2 to 3 months old, and it's very powerful because it provides us to use MapLibre JS library in Jupyter Notebook, and you can also use RShiny. I'm not an R person, so I build on top of the Jupyter widget, and then makes it so much easier to use. And this is what we're going to cover here in this tutorial series. I'm going to show you step by step how to get started, how to install the package, and then how to create maps. And as I said, you're welcome to look through all the examples. Some of them are pretty cool, some are 2D, some are 3D, and it's very powerful. It's a lot more powerful than any other mapping libraries that I have used. And so if you want to preview some of the examples here, you can click this link. And so this takes you to this webpage. It's posted also on GitHub. And I can show you some examples. So most of the Jupyter Notebook examples have been converted to HTML. So basically you can host the webpage on any website. So you can open it up and take a look. So this is a 3D maps. And you can create this just with couple lines of code. And it's very, very powerful. And it's, for example, these buildings are at the global scale. And I'm going to show you how to do that later in this tutorial series. And not just this, there are a lot more. For example, I can add maybe 3D buildings and also animation, for example. And the similar one, but this one I have some like GIF animation in here that also allow you to rotate. And we can also have maybe, for example, another one here. I'll show you this. It was just I created today, right? And it's very simple. I can also turn layer on and off, something like this, and you can go around the globe to see all the buildings, 3D structures. So these buildings come from the MapTiler vector tile, and I'm going to show you how to get access to that. Okay, so there's some of the examples, and so to get started, I would highly recommend that you create a MapTiler API key. And so let me scroll down here, and to find MapTiler styles. Okay, and let me close all the other tabs. So here, for every notebook, I'm going to show you the instruction how you can do that. And some of the notebook examples require an API key, some of them do not. So in order to do all the 3D mapping, it will require the vector tile. So I highly recommend that you create an API key. So what you need to do is to go to MapTiler website. And then from here, you can sign up for free. Just start with your account, and then you can log in using your Gmail, or you sign up with a new email account. And once you sign up, this is basically the login page. You can see some of the maps in here. Later, I'm going to show you how to use some of these maps. But for now, go to the API key sections. So this is the API key. By default, your account is going to have an API key. And again, don't show your API key to anybody. Also, you need to be careful if you're trying to publish the HTML on the web, then people going to see your API key. So make sure that you have restrict the API key so that other people cannot use it. Otherwise, you're going to be abused. But for this tutorial, you can just use this API key if you want. I'm going to create a new key specifically for all our video tutorials. So I'm going to create a new key. And then from this one, I can say MapLibre tutorial. Okay, you can write whatever you want. And also the allow HTTP origins. So this one is super important. If you're trying to host your HTML, the map, the generated from MapLibre on some website, then you need to make sure you have this one so that other people cannot use. For example, if you go to my overview page in here, earlier I showed you, I have all the maps under maps.gshub.org. So if this is what you need, then I will just do this copy and then come here, paste, and then just remove the HTTP. So in this way, even if people see your API key, it doesn't matter because they cannot use it. They will not be able to render the tile. So this way you protect your key. But for this tutorial, I don't need that. I'm just showing you you need to be very careful not to expose your API key. If you just run it locally on Google Colab, then that's fine. So click the create API key, and there you have it. So later on, after I finish the tutorial, I'm going to revoke the API key so that it changes. Similarly, I can also replace the API key. So if somehow your API key is exposed, you can just click the replace, and then it will change so other people cannot use it. Okay, so once you have the API key, then we can start using that. You can either set it as an environment variable, or I can set it in Google Colab. So the easiest way to use it is to use, if you know how to install Python packages on your computer, great. If you don't, then you can just open it on Google Colab. So let's go back to the MapTiler styles page here again. And at the top, there's a page open in Colab. Okay, so you can just right click, open in Google Colab, and log into your Google account. Once you log into your Google account, then you can start running, executing. So the first step you want to do is to come here, and then the secret. So this is where you can basically set as an environment variable so that you don't need to do that every time. So next time if I'm opening it, you will automatically get the API key. Similar to Google Earth Engine, I also set the Earth Engine token here. And what you need to do is to create a new secret. And then from here, you can double click here, MapTiler API key. So this is the one that is an environment variable. So when the program is running, it's going to find from here. And let me go back to the API key section here. So once you create the API key, I can just come here, Control C, and then go to Google Colab, Control V, and that's it. And once you hit enter, then I can just hide it so people cannot see it. Okay, so this is the API key. Once you have that, then we are ready to go. And let me close this one. So first we need to install the package. Just Control/ on your keyboard, Control/, and then click run anyway. Then it's going to install all the dependencies. So Leafmap, MapLibre, and some additional packages. So all you need to just do this one. You can also install that locally on your computer if you want to. So you need to use Conda. I recommend using Conda, and you can go to the Leafmap installation instruction here if you want to install it on a local computer. And but you also need to install MapLibre. I'm not going to show you here because you can just use Google Colab. It'll be easier. Or you can just pip install anywhere that has the Python environment. There you can just install the packages. And after that, then I will show you how to actually get started and then create a map. Um, you can use the free version, but we're going to use the API key to access some of the vector types. And after finish installation, click the restart section, and I can just come here, close, select the output, and then it's done. So we don't need this slide anymore. I can control slash again. So next, you can click the button on the left side, or you can control enter to run it. Okay, and it's going to take a couple seconds. So we're going to use the MapLibre GL module. So there are lots of functions in here. If you want to see the API reference, go to the API reference, and then from here, MapLibre GL module, and you will see here, these are all the functions that I have implemented on top of the Map Libre GL module. So there are lots of functions in here, and we're going to show you how to use that throughout this tutorial series. And go back to here. So once it's done, you actually, because we already set the environment variable in here, and we actually don't need to run this one. This one is only needed if you're running it locally, then you do need to basically uncomment this one and then paste your API key here. So if you're running this one locally or other environments, that doesn't allow you to set the environmental variables, then you need to run this one, okay? So since on Google Colab, we don't need to. All right, so next, let's try this one, see if it works. Okay, it's gonna ask you, okay, notebook title, it doesn't have access to the secret name MapTiler key, basically in here, so you need to grant access, just grant access, and hopefully it works. Voila, you see? So now we have access to this street map. So where does it come from? It's coming from the MapTiler maps. So if you go to here, these are some of the standard maps, right? And we have the streets in here. So this is the one, and you will see here this vector tile. This is the one that we are accessing. So street view 2 or is just street. I think by default maybe the version 1, but if you want, I can also come back to here. I can try this one. So any version that's supported by MapTiler, you will be able to see. I'm not quite sure if you can notice the differences, but that's it. And the nice thing about this is it's actually 3D. So if you hold on your mouse and then, oops, it doesn't work very well. But if you hold on your control key, and then you can actually rotate the map like this. Right now, because it's only 2D, so you don't really see anything yet. But later on, I'm going to show you how you can add some 3D maps easily. And so if you provide this one, you can do that. But you can also just leave map.map without providing anything. Then it's going to use the dark matter. So this one doesn't require an API key. So it's a free version. If this is something you want, and certainly there are a couple more maps available. So let me show you here. Init, and then from the style, where is it? No, this one, init. I think is the init version here, and the style. So this shows you some of the 3D available options. So by default, it's going to be dark matter, and there's also position, voyager, and also no label. So for example, I can also use position. Come back to here. I just write style equal to double quotes position and then run it. So this is more like a light color, light mode. And another one. So Voyager. And this one here. Right. So it's up to you what you want to do. You can also customize the center. So I can center equal to so this one is different from the traditional Leafmap protein backends. So we try to follow the same convention is the MapLibre. So it's longitude first and then latitude. So longitude will be a -100, for example, and then latitude will 40. So this will be around the center in the US. And you can also set a zoom level equal to 4 or something like that. See, and by default, if you don't specify, it's going to be the dark matter. Okay, and maybe I can set 3. And so the zoom level here different from Leafmap and Folium. This one allows basically floating point. I can just specify zoom level 3.5. It works as well. And again, the style is optional. So I can provide the style. I can just say street. This one doesn't need the API key. So if you don't have the API key, it won't work. This is how you can do that. And similarly, I can change to something else. Again, go to the map in here. Any name showing up in here, lowercase, you can use it. So for example, I can use the basic. I can use the ocean. I can use topo, whatever you like. So I'm going to come back to here, maybe basic. Run it again. See, now I have the basic maps. Also, upper right corner here, you can see the control, zoom in, zoom out, and also this one is basically the compass that allows you to rotate. And you can also hold on your control key. In Google Colab, it doesn't work very well, but you can see we rotate this one like this. So this is called pitch, and this one is called bearing. So you can have multiple parameters. Again, look at the parameters in here. Usually, we only specify the center and zoom. The pitch and bearing, we talk about it later in other tutorials. And so this video will cover just the style. Okay, and come back to this one again. Outdoor satellite, for example, if you want a satellite, I can use the satellite. So satellite, want it? We have the satellite maps, right? And this is very high resolution satellite imagery. Yeah, we have this. You can also have topo, right here, the topo map and the global scale. And yeah, that's pretty much what I want to cover in this video. So basically, I show you how to get access to all the MapLibre Python tutorials on here overview, and I show you how to create a MapTiler API key. Once you have the API key, we can have access to the log of data. And for this one, we only cover some of the basics is to get the base map. So later, I'm going to show you how to create 3D maps, add 3D buildings, 3D terrain, and also how to visualize vector data, raster data, and create some really cool animations that you will not be able to do using other Python packages. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.